As forced sterilization is a contraceptive procedure which is surgically intervened, it raises certain concerns. The victim's physical health is considered to be injured the most as a result of this method. Coerced sterilization is done involuntarily and compulsorily, notwithstanding the risk it can pose, notably to women. Despite the fact that sterilization can be performed on both men and women, it is more dangerous for women. Sterilization is a permanent approach of contraception that prevents women from having children. Some tubal ligations result in spontaneous birth control failure after sterilization. At that time, the risk of an ectopic pregnancy is very high, putting both the woman and the baby in danger. There are other severe physical health problems that are consequent of the sterilization can be mentioned. Having menstrual blood, severe abdominal discomfort, severe back pain, weakness, and lower limb difficulties are among symptoms. The symptoms began soon after the sterilization procedure and have continued to this day. One shared that, when I was sterilized that was in 2007 December, but since that year 2007, until now, I am just having severe pain almost every month. It's a back pain, heavily bleeding, and that's where I started being concerned. The bleeding is too much. It takes about 2 weeks. You are not even able to walk, not at all. When you go to the hospital, you do not get any help. They will just tell you that it's just how you will be. In addition to the physical anguish that the victims is in, the loss of their ability to have a child, or the right to make their own decisions, may make them suffer through a terrible time dealing with mental health issues. Some studies on the mental health of HIV positive women in South Africa found that most respondents reported ongoing and significant emotional distress because they can no longer bear children, with a few women even reporting clinical depression and the use of antidepressants, feelings of trauma, isolation, helplessness, and stress.
A significant question mark has been raised since this strategy was introduced, as we all know that women are the major target of compulsory sterilization. Does it mean that women are being treated unfairly and are in a low position in modern society at that time? Will they still be able to live a long life after being sterilized, or do they have to face the scrutiny of the family and society? Women living with HIV who were subjected to involuntary sterilization in South Africa stated that they were psychologically and physically harmed, as well as their relationship with partners, families, and the wider society. Broken marriages, reduced marriage possibilities, fear of losing relationships, discrimination, victimization, and gender-based violence are all the consequence of the inability to produce children. In patriarchal societies, where a woman's worth is determined by her capacity to carry children, the social-cultural implications of sterilization can be severe. Female sterilization violates decision-making structural norms and frequently results in gender-based violence. If a woman marries again after sterilization, her new husband may be dissatisfied with her inability to bear his children, resulting in marital strife. Besides the social problems, we have to deal with a bigger consequence of forced sterilization. Because this strategy regulates the population, it also limits the number of workers. This can lead to a direct negative impact on the country's economy. If the population continues to decline at this rate, the country will face an elderly population in the future. The number of retired seniors will thus account for a larger proportion of the entire population than those of working age. As a result, new economic concerns will arise. Personal taxes will rise in order to earn enough money to compensate for those who must retire, replacing younger people in a financial bind.
Then we will discuss some feasible plans to deal with overpopulation. First and foremost, we must place a high priority on community awareness. Education on sex, sexuality, and pregnancy should be publicly available. As a result, both men and women will have a greater understanding of postpartum health and how to care for themselves and their children. Allow them to make the best decision possible. Educate individuals about family planning, include population growth and family planning into high school and college political and economic curriculum. The Population Media Center in the United States was invented in order to reach out to women. Its radio soap operas, which provide regionally unique storylines about reproductive difficulty, have reached up to 500 million people in 50 countries. The researcher Methodus Institute found that on average, uneducated male and women gave birth to almost 7 children. Far better educated, the numbers were about 4. Education leads to lower birth rate and slow population growth, he says. This makes it easier for countries to develop. A more educated workforce also makes poverty eradication and economic growth easier to achieve.
Fertility may have a direct and immediate influence when population education activities are connected to community engagement efforts. State and non-profit resources in India, for Maharashtra's Plan for Women's Development Plans for Women of Reproductive Age, which aim to influence fertility behavior and enhance the quality of life. The goal was to raise the population's knowledge and comprehension of socio-economic development, family health, family and community life, and civic obligations that benefit the individual, family, community, and society, critical thinking ability, as well as understanding of primary health care for women, children, and families were established. This includes information on mother and child care, personal and social cleanliness, and the value of education and literacy for women.
First, anyone, anywhere, always lady first. Women must have a right to decide everything, especially when it comes to motherhood. Paying attention to women's needs is undeniably one of the most effective ways to empower women. To begin, they have to be well informed about reproductive and contraceptive options. According to a Goodmaker Institute survey, 215 million women throughout the world designed to choose when and where they give birth, but they have lacked access to efficient contraceptive techniques. Besides providing voluntary family planning tools and education, in addition to lowering maternal mortality, it allows young women to avoid early pregnancy, allows more girls to stay in school longer, allows women to have fewer and healthier children, and helps break the intergenerational circle of poverty. It would also prevent HIV transmissions, encourage women to engage in community-based income-generating activities, and promote environmental sustainability. Secondly, child marriage must be addressed in developing nations. Rebecca Gyumi, a representative example from Tanzania, is likewise striving to eliminate child marriage. The lawyer and convention for girls' rights petitioned the government to end child marriage for girls under the age of 18 and was successful. She is aiming to shift attitude in rural regions and inspire women to fight for their rights. She believes that girls should be in school at 14 and not be married off. Her work has received international acclaim, and she was given the United Nations Human Rights Prize in 2018. Thirdly, we need to enhance women's role in the modern society as much as possible. It implies they are no longer constrained by the outdated belief that a woman's whole life is spent giving birth to children and caring for her family. As a result, they can continue on the road of learning and to instill a variety of beneficial ideals in society. This not only aids in population reduction, but also advances societal development into new heights. Furthermore, encouraging gender equality is an excellent way to empower women. Like Melinda Gates once said, it takes women and it takes men to look at what are the actions we need to take in our home, workplace, community. Because if you lift up women and then you have men and women equal, it changes societies. I have seen it all over the world.
Besides, the government needs to promote and develop family planning and one-child or two-child policy. The government can develop programs that provide assistance and counseling to families in order to help them plan better. Many countries have officials specifically for this matter, and the result is very positive. Educating children about this at an early age can also be beneficial in the long term. Alternatively, like in China in the late 2000s, the one-child policy is the most successful population control regulation. However, there are several objections to this, and it is extremely difficult to implement this in third world nations. Today, according to marriage and family law, couples determine whether or not to have children and how many children they will have. Many couples nowadays are more interested in drink when they have a family. This is particularly logical given the present economic condition, which is exacerbated by COVID-19's detrimental impact. The slang expression means dual income, no kids, also known DINK, refer to a home with two incomes but no children. DINK couples often have more spare money since they do not have the additional expenditure that come with having children. Even before COVID-19 was translated, the cost of rearing a children was estimated to be over $200,000 US, according to the United States Department of Agriculture. This does not include expenditures paid after the children turn 18, such as college tuition. Additionally, the cost of food, clothing, and long-term education that come with having one or more children are avoided for these couples. This allows the pair to save money and put it towards something else. These couples are becoming more common. According to the most recent Census Bureau data, the percentage of people living without children climbed by 90% from 1976 to 2016, rising from 52.5% to 71.3%. The number of births in the United States has been slowly declining for decades, and many women have expressed a desire for fewer children than in the past as the COVID-19 has progressed. According to a recent poll, 32% of women, almost one-third, wish to postpone delivery or have fewer children as a result of the pandemic.
Extending the marriage age decreases the number of kids born, while benefiting both men and women. The marriage age limit will lower the number of pregnancies. In Vietnam, for example, only men over the age of 21 and women over the age of 18 are able to marry. This law should be strictly enforced because being pregnant too soon has a significant impact on both the mother's and the baby's health, as well as the health of the entire society. The reason is that people under the age of 18 may not be mature enough to make informed decisions, and pregnancies occur more frequently, potentially leading to overpopulation. Next, taxation is one of the most effective ways of governments to limit the bad aspects of an issue while ensuring consistent growth. Congress should consider and adapt the child tax. Higher taxation for parents with more children is one of the methods that can be used to control the population. This method of population control ensures that taxpayers are entitled to an exemption for a specific number of children, mostly the first two, but no other. Finally, the situation in the least developed countries requires additional attention. One of the causes of fast population growth in third world nations is a shortage of food and a high mortality rate. So, by providing adequate meals for families and improved medical care, the demand for more is eliminated. When combined with sex protection measures, we can drastically minimize the number of infants born.